on, guys? It's Weather with Jonathan here, and I'm back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the potential for a humongous northeastern blizzard and potentially historic nor'easter. The potential for a humongous atmospheric river to just keep slamming the west coast and could dump potentially historic amounts of rainfall, and the potential for a severe weather outbreak in the plains. I'm going to be going over all this in your forecast. So starting off with what's happening around the U.S., you can see that nor'easter is definitely starting to intensify in the northeast. So that's what's happening currently there. We have that system quickly moving out of the southeast portion of Florida and the southern portion of Florida that actually had that severe weather. And then we have that next system moving into the west coast and those heavy rain showers moving up through Medford and the Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington region. So that's what's happening around the U.S. Now let's take a look at our NWS hazards. So you can see a couple little winter weather advisories here and there in Michigan and Indiana. Then those freeze watches in the deep south and back through the southeast. Wind advisories, winter weather advisories, and winter storm warnings in the northeast. I would not expect that to get upgraded to a blizzard warning in some areas. Well, actually, I would expect that. I'm very sorry about that. Excuse me, I apologize. Then those winter storm watches, winter storm warnings, and winter weather advisories in the west coast. The high wind warnings and the flood watches in the west coast also. So that's what's happening around the U.S. Now let's take a look at what's happening in the west coast in terms of rainfall. So you can see very rainy today through the northern northwestern coast. Now we have this another round of rain that could dump up to 4 inches of rainfall in California in some places. I would expect that to happen. So yeah, then we have that second round, except this time it's going to be much farther in the west coast. It could reach upward to Portland, Oregon, so that's where it's going to be that time. And that you can see those rain is gonna calm down in accumulations a little bit, only upwards of like 8 inches. But that is actually a good sign that this atmospheric river is starting to end. But it is still going to continue for a while. So now let's take a look at our severe weather. So I just want to show you our cape for our severe weather outbreak that could potentially be pretty bad, actually. So it's mainly centered over Oklahoma and Texas. So you can see actually some pretty good cape. I think the storms that will have the chance to produce the most tornadoes and that have the higher potential for tornadoes is in northeast Texas and the east portion there of Texas, because we have the most cape, which is the energy. Think of it as fuel for a car. That's what basically exactly what it is. And when the storms interact with that, they're going to grow bigger and more powerful. So take a look at our dew points here. They're going to be pretty warm across much of the northeastern portion there of Texas and Oklahoma. And these dew points are going to definitely go farther north. And that's why we can see a marginal risk all the way up into Iowa and that sort of area. So that is definitely gonna it's gonna really start ramping up, especially in the plains and northern plains, because those dew points are starting to reach farther north because it is almost springtime. Which also, springtime is actually in exactly a week from today. All right, now let's look at our Storm Prediction Center Day 4 outlook for Thursday, March 17th. You can see we have that slight risk in effect for portions of southeastern Oklahoma and eastern Oklahoma, northeastern Texas and eastern Texas, northwestern Louisiana and southwestern Arkansas. This is probably going to be driven by a tornado threat, a 5% tornado threat centered over northeastern Texas, and a wind threat centered over the entire slight risk area. So that's what's happening there. There's not too much talk about it seeing an upgrade to an enhanced risk. Now let's take a look at our nor'easter. So the snow showers are really going to ramp up and eventually turn into heavy, heavy snow. as the day moves on, and then our nor'easter is really going to start ramping up. And this could definitely have snow accumulations upwards of possibly. I'm not trying to hype this up and get everybody scared, but this could potentially dump accumulations of 3 to 4 inches per hour. So that is gonna just not be good. And we could definitely see some coastal flooding in southwestern Maine and southern portion there of Maine and southeastern Maine. So yeah. So then let's take a look at it with our MSLP GFS. So you can see very heavy snow break out across portions of eastern New York, southern Vermont, southern New Hampshire, western Massachusetts, northern Connecticut, and northern Rhode Island. So this is going to be a very complex and dynamic event. Those snow accumulations and that heavy snow showers could eventually hit the New York and Long Island area. But yeah, so that is going to stick out. The nor'easter is going to stick out there for a while in the ocean, over the Maine Bay, over Maine in the Bay. So that's going to just stick around until about maybe March 16th. So that is gonna yeah, it's gonna really do some stuff. Now let's take a look at our total snow accumulations. This is what we could expect in terms of snow accumulations. Now, I'm not trying to hype this up, but we could see accumulations of up to 30 inches of snow in western Massachusetts. And Albany, New York, I think you're going to be the hardest hit. But in terms of wind, I think Boston, you're going to be the hardest hit in terms of wind and blizzard conditions. So you can see some very high snow accumulations, upwards of 30 inches, like I just said. And then those are going to continue throughout the southern part of Vermont, much of New Hampshire, actually. Pretty much the entire state of Massachusetts and Cape Cod, you're going to get like nothing. Maybe a little like flurry of snow there. But Rhode Island, you guys also could see a lot of snow. Same with Connecticut, maybe Long Island. You could get some good snow totals. And then New York, we're not expecting too much for you, sadly. So yeah, I mean, and also I'm just gonna say, stop you right there. I mean, New York City. New York is gonna get absolutely hammered by this. I just mean New Hampshire, okay, you guys? Just confirmation for that. Also, if you have made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you for my supporters out there. And also, I did what you guys asked me to do. There was some confusion. So I heard a couple of you guys saying that you wanted me to do the West Coast and the Central, and then the East Coast. So that's exactly what I'm doing in this video. I just want to show you what our snowfall accumulations could be throughout March 27th. A lot of snow in the New England region and much of the Northeast. So you guys definitely gotta watch out for that. No, I'm just curious about this because I want to show you guys. I just want to show you because I mean it's just cool. This probably will not happen, you guys. I just want to show you what that is looking like. But yeah. So now we need to take a look at our winds. Okay. So why I think we could definitely have a coastal flooding problem across the coast of Maine is because those winds are going to be slamming onshore at about 60 miles per hour. So you guys really got to be aware of that, and that could actually completely destroy houses, and that could definitely damage houses. So you guys got to be aware of that, and then that wind is just going to stick around for a while and cause problems with blowing snow in the Northeast until about March 17th. Then we have that other windstorm come in, actually. So that's what we're expecting in terms of that. Thank you guys for coming and watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for all the support, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.